Hello and welcome back to the Case Foundation's Facebook Live studio at the American Cities House at South by Southwest. You have heard from entrepreneurs, ecosystem builders, and all sorts of people who believe that inclusive entrepreneurship is important. And today we are also going to speak with Rachel Weiss from L'Oreal and to understand a little bit of how the corporate sector and the beauty industry is supporting entrepreneurs. Rachel, thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm honored.
So, we've been talking to a lot of entrepreneurs, and to switch into this space of you are a significant company that has been around for more than 100 years. It's not always something that people think about, oh yeah, that's clearly entrepreneurship. Talk to us a little bit about, how L'Oreal is innovating and what your work entails there.
Well, if you think about L'Oreal, and beauty is something for, our mission at L'Oreal is beauty for all. If you think about the past decade, technology has really fueled the growth of the beauty industry. Think about YouTube and how-to videos. Think about lenses that you can try makeup on. Think about the advancements in advertising and personalized products. So, L'Oreal, as the biggest beauty company in the world, who has a consumer and who is shopping in a different way and discovering in new ways through technology, of course, we have to innovate on how we market our products and how we create them. That's in touch with how our consumers are buying and shopping and discovering.
Mm-hmm. So what does that mean practically in your role at L'Oreal? How do you involve that innovation more in what you're doing?
Well, I always really think about how there's three things I think about. The first one is, how are people discovering a beauty? What does beauty mean for somebody? How do they shop for beauty? How do you know what products are right for you? And that's sort of the very practical utilitarian part of it. Think about, you used to go into a store and you'd see this wall of products in a CVS or Walmart, and it'd be very confusing. Technology has really helped us make it easier for people to know what products are right for them, to do using augmented reality to try things on, to get advice from somebody wherever they are without seeing the confusing, let's say, wall of products. The second thing that's really interesting about the beauty business is that you're also seeing codes of beauty that are changing, what beauty means for a next generation. I think one of the amazing things about technology is that it's shown what beauty means to so many different people of different ethnicities, different body types, different different cultural norms of what you used to see in a print ad or in a TV ad. So for me, these are really exciting things around the beauty industry, and creating an ecosystem and entrepreneurship around those models has been what's really interesting to me at L'Oreal and what we've built over the past, I've been at L'Oreal for 10 years.
How incredibly powerful. And this idea of redefining beauty like you are, is also how we've talked about entrepreneurship a lot of times, right? That there's this one vision of, oh, well, an entrepreneur is a young white guy in a hoodie, and that's what it takes. This idea of beauty only looks one way, we also know to be false. And so I love the combining of those two different things where, we're kind of redefining entrepreneur, but we're also redefining beauty, and the people who help to unite those are going to be incredibly powerful.
Yeah, and even if you think, one thing I always think about too is, thinking about the last wave of technology and entrepreneurship around it. You see really big platforms where beauty is a core piece of the content and how that, and what has built those platforms. Think about the whole YouTube influencer ecosystem. Think about the emergence of brands that have built on Instagram. Think about lenses and how people are trying on different looks. So for me, beauty and tech has really gone hand in hand in such a way that it's really growing and fueling so many things in the beauty industry.
Mm-hmm. Incredible. And you also run the Women in Digital Next Generation Awards. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that is and what you're looking for in your awardees?
Well, I'll tell you a little bit of the history of it. Is that it was at South by Southwest. I think I launched the program maybe 7 years ago.
Wow.
And working as someone who has been really passionate about how technology can help women tell stories and how it can provide us different career paths and economic opportunities, I was really getting very worried that I had so many men coming into my office and agencies that were saying, well, we have this great idea. My wife uses your lipstick. My girlfriend uses your shampoo. And I was like, where are the women? There's got to be women out there who are building solutions, knowing that we have a vision that technology is going to fuel the beauty industry. Where are these women? Why aren't they coming to my office? I was like, you know what? I'm going to create our own pipes here.
Talk about being an entrepreneur.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Right?
I was like, I
see a problem and I'm going to solve it.
Like, I want to open the doors for women with great ideas. So we started something called, we traditionally have a program supporting women in science. Entrepreneurship is really the core of a company like L'Oreal. I mean, we're trend culture based, so it's in the spirit of all of our employees. But I was thinking, why don't I meet these women directly? So we had a program that we called the L'Oreal Next Generation Awards. L'Oreal Women in Digital is the overarching program in partnership with another program we have supporting women in science, L'Oreal Women in Science. And we're like, what's out there? Send us your ideas. We formed an amazing advisory board of women who are real power players in the industry, building ecosystems. And we today have, I think, over 3,000 female entrepreneurs in our database. These are women that we've seen grown up and who have started now investing themselves, or we've seen their companies be sold to bigger companies. We've seen them mentor other women now after 7 years. So it's been really, really amazing to have our, to own our own pipes in this space, and also just to let, as a big corporation, to send the message that, we want to work with you, and that who is better to fuel the beauty industry than these amazing female entrepreneurs that we have identified.
Yeah. I love that. We ran a campaign about a year ago called Faces of Founders, which we've now turned into a publication on Medium. But it was remarkable. We put out a same type of call of like, tell us, what are you working on? Like, we want to hear directly from you entrepreneurs. And the stories that we got back and the feedback from entrepreneurs, just in terms of, we feel like we're working on this a lot of times without a lot of exposure or people knowing what we're doing, and just the idea of being recognized for what you're building and feeling like you're part of something bigger can be incredibly powerful.
These women are killing it. Like, can I give some shout outs to some of the women that
I love it.
We've met? Like, we have like people like Bettina Hine from Pixability, who we met out of Boston. Her company's doing well. We had Moj Madara, who founded BeautyCon. Melody McCloskey I met. She has Style Seat. We've met this morning. My first meeting today was with a woman out of Dallas named Courtney Caldwell and her company called SheerShare. So, I mean, Rachel Typograph from Micmac, Catherine Minshew from The Muse. Like, I can spout these women now. You see everywhere, and they were really new in their journeys, and I'm so excited and proud to have been part of that, because we learned so much from them too about entrepreneurship and how to start a company, and grit, and how they are built a new path for themselves, and different models of marketing and communication. So, I mean, it's been really incredible over the past 6-7 years.
Wow, awesome. And I know that there's your role at L'Oreal and the work that you're doing through the awards, but also in your personal time, the personal time you have aside from all of this that we've talked about today, you're involved as an investor and an advisor of startups. What have you learned in that space, and what advice do you have for entrepreneurs?
Well, I think one thing I've learned in this space, it's like when you start really trusting someone to be an advisor or to choose an advisor, it's kind of like dating. I mean, you have to have the right relationship with somebody. I think that the best relationships I've been over time have been really about mutual care and time. And that's something you want to both commit to on both ends. I think for me the strongest relationships I have been has been a mutual exchange of care about each other, and because I want to see you succeed, and I want to make sure that it's we're not wasting each other's time, because I think time's the most valuable thing that we all have.
Do you have any specific thoughts on questions entrepreneurs can ask when they're trying to figure out if this is a good fit for them when they're looking at a mentor and an advisor?
Well, I think it's all situational. I mean, I think you have to really find people that are going to bring something to the table that you don't have within your own ecosystem, where they can introduce you to the right people. But it has to be, I feel like you have to go long in the game of advisement and finding advisors. It's short term sometimes, I think, and I've learned that my longer term relationships are more valuable. And that takes time and care.
Yeah, it does. So the role that you have, personally with startups, what you've seen at L'Oreal, any big trends? You said L'Oreal's a big trend watcher. Anything you want to leave people with in terms of what you're seeing in the space?
I do want to leave you with something. I am really excited about tech in a way that I don't think I have been since I started my career in the 90s. We are dealing with new kinds of platforms, new means of communication, new concepts around blockchain and cryptocurrency, and I don't know where...
You were just on a panel about AI and machine learning, right?
I will say this, I am not predicting the future, but there is stuff happening right now. And if you're a woman out there and have an idea, wherever you are, you don't have to be in New York, San Francisco, Austin, wherever you are, it's time. I mean, be part of the new economy. Learn, like, know that there are people, there are companies like L'Oreal out there to hear your ideas. But we're in a major shift right now for entrepreneurs and for women and a whole new economy. So I advise any woman out there to take advantage of that, because I feel like it's our time.
Incredible. Well, I love the optimism, and I could not believe more what you're saying. And, you know, everyone who says that this is going to be a year that really changes what entrepreneurship looks like, I think that, you know, L'Oreal is driving toward that. The Case Foundation is trying to be a part of it, and I'm really looking forward to what happens in this inclusive entrepreneurship
And I hope
movement.
we get to work together too.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Rachel, for joining us. And we will be back with more Facebook Lives throughout the afternoon. So please stay tuned, and thank you again, and we'll talk to you all soon.